Well, welcome to Rock and Rant, everyone. Oh my god. Hope you've had a great week. Great 2 weeks, actually, because of course we're now back to our original schedule. So, as you all know, I'm Bri, we got Moogie, and we got Download Bryn as well. Tom is sadly ill, so he will not be making it this week. Is what it is. Illnesses happen. It's January. It's Christmas. Christmas time's taking over the January. Hey. But how are you both? Anyway, let's go on to that one before we start going into this.
I'm good. I've been working earlier, so I'm glad to be relaxing and chilling because this is chilling for me doing this. So
It's your social time then. That's good. I like that.
yeah.
What about you, Bryn? You all good?
No, good. Yeah. I fucked me back up a week ago, and I've just got over it. So I can get back out and start walking again because putting one foot in front of the other was causing that much pain down my side. I couldn't walk properly. It's really weird. And then just as it was getting better, I thought I'd go play paddle, and then that knackered it a little bit, but we're good now, so I can get out and walk again.
Well, good. I'm glad you can walk again.
Yeah. So,
well, before we start diving into everything, I thought we'd talk about some things that have happened in the last 2 weeks. So, Bryn, should we talk about your playlist you've done? It's popped off.
We can do. Yeah, we can do. It's doing all right. So for those that don't know, and there'll be a lot of you, is basically I've started a playlist and I'm filling it with up-and-coming artists that have got real criminally low numbers sometimes on Spotify for monthly listeners or streams, just to give a bit more of a platform for up-and-coming bands. The more people that talk about them, the less up-and-coming they have to be. I know Alex Holmcomb's very good at it as well, the Radio 1 DJ.
Yeah.
She is very good at pushing them kind of bands. And yeah, I just feel like, obviously I've not got the biggest platform in the world, so it's not from that standpoint, but the way that how small some of these bands are, I've got more followers, which is, again, criminal. That fat lad who sits and puts his phone in front of his face and just chatters away has got more followers than insanely talented musicians. So it's my way of getting their names out there to more people, sharing good music amongst friends as well, because I'm forever talking about it. So this is a place where I can just chuck you all. It's constantly evolving. As I find stuff, I've got two playlists, one you won't see and one that you can see. The one you can't see is called Border Control. And if I'm in any doubt, I kick them out. They don't make it onto the playlist. And if they're half good, and they've only got to be half good because there'll be someone's taste, they make it onto the playlist. Obviously, for anyone watching this on the other app tomorrow and listening to it on the pod version, I will put the link in the description to the playlist, so you can all have a listen and save it. And yeah, just as and when I find something, I chuck it on there. And the reception's been good, to be fair. I've had quite a few bands reach out and sort of thank me. I've just made a playlist on Spotify, but yeah, it was surreal.
Oh yeah,
the amount of bands I've spoke to in the last week or two and that keep sharing me and throwing things out, and so yeah, we'll just keep plugging away and getting their names out there. And obviously, Side Thoughts did the thing the other day. Their video, I don't know if you saw it, where he was talking about the opening for that thing at Download,
Takeover,
unsigned bands,
Takeover.
And that opened, so I was like, oh, fuck it, then I'm just going to tag everyone that I can, like bands that I think are shit off that thing. And fingers crossed we can get. But I also booked some gigs to go see them all as well, because I don't just talk with this, I talk with this as well, and I'll happily go watch them. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, mate. I've just been playlist the hell out of it, and yeah, I'll link it in the bottom of this video. And then anyone that wants to give it a follow can.
So I've gone in there quite frequently. I'll use it for my drive to work, and yeah, on there has been some belters for me. So
yeah, there's some gems, isn't there?
Yeah,
Tom said the same.
Yeah,
Tom keeps messaging me like, this band I found or this band I found. And I'm like, well, that's good. That's the point of it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's 100%. Like for me, like travel to work is like, yep, okay, now I need to add that to my list, or remind myself to add it to my list so I can have my day driver. I want to try and put it as like into my gym workout. What about the gym? Just literally belt it, and then I mark it as one to add into the list for me.
They are kind of very good gym tracks, a lot of that, because there's a lot of like metalcore and upbeat rock and metal, so it does fit with that, I suppose. They're good for walks as well, so that's what I catch up on.
Which is great. I will say, it's you have done a generous thing for this community. That's all I'm going to put on there. And you've done a generous thing for the artists as well, because again, we've had a lot like Different State, of course, we've spoken about in our like group chat that they reached out to us, and we've done that. But since then, I've seen them popping off constantly on the TikTok platform.
Yeah.
So it's happening and it's working.
Yeah, the one that got the biggest shout out was the Mechanist,
yeah.
a band from Leeds, and I was talking to them via like message and whatever, and I was like, have you had much traction? And of course they had a bit, not like massive because I'm not there, but I just thought, do you know, it's not about it. It had something like 6,500 comments, and I reckon probably about 150 of them were mentioned Mechanist. So if the other 600 people or whatever that are in there even see that, and I noticed that their follower count went up by a couple of hundred, and they smashed over the 7,000.
Yeah.
So that was good and worth it as well, because these bands, some of them are phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
Because they're literally trying to just grind it out as an independent band. You've only really got TikTok or Instagram, and then gigging and hoping word spreads. So
yeah.
more people that talk about
Well,
it better for a minute.
To throw a couple names out there, so of course you've done the Mechanist, People, which is your wave the flag constantly for, Dust House, the
They
narrator.
are phenomenal.
The narrator is on my list,
Yeah.
like because of this playlist, like literally that. I already had As Everything Unfolds already on there, but
Yeah, I took them on just because that new song came out and it was so stuck in my head.
Big
And then I
Rig
thought,
live as well.
yeah, and then I know a load of people that speak about them, but then when I went on Spotify again, criminally low numbers of listeners. So I was like, well, I'll put them on. People know about them, but if it's another opportunity for people to listen to them, fantastic.
yeah, 100%.
But yeah, the narrator obviously are my boys anyway. I fucking love them.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of meeting them. Who's got music in the background?
I do.
Oh, nice. Might get a copyright for that though.
It's quite low, so it comes quite low. But hey.
What was the other one?
The 500 is another one which I've seen so much go around, but they're criminally low again.
Low, yeah,
which
big
is
time.
which is insane. Just before we get into it, I've saw Shinedown's just announced a UK tour in Europe, so we reckon the date's going to come out.
Sorry, boys, I'm just a bit busy a second.
Yeah, we're just going to. So, guys, there's a tour going on.
Do you know what I said when they released that little poster one the other day that they'll announce it this week to go on sale Friday?
Yeah.
I just bought Shikari tickets, and they sent me back like 200 quid for the three of us. So the last thing I can be asked with is this, but I'm not. No, I don't know. They haven't announced anything date wise yet. I don't think.
Yeah, we'll just wait. We'll wait for that.
They've just done that thing where they put.
It's the map, isn't it? Like showing what's going on.
No. Oh yeah, it says coming soon. Yeah. It was the map, wasn't it, where they highlighted Europe. So it'll be this week. They'll announce this week. They'll go on sale by Friday.
What's happening with my camera?
Technical difficulty. Don't bring eyes to it, Moogie. It's all right. On the sound, it'll be fine.
What?
That might not be fine.
Well, it's interesting stuff. It's interesting. There you go.
Hey.
No, it's gone again. It happens. But yeah, again, there's belters on the lists. I can't wait to find my new favourite. So it'll be good. It'll be good.
That's what I want from it.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been up to, mate? You've got something big that you've been doing, ain't you?
I've been plugging it so much, and it's got the traction as well, and it's helped out wonders. So we did the download 2026 camping guide / checklist. So it's just like something for first time returning, all those type of guys that just haven't been to the festival for such a long time, or is their first one, and we can use that for any other festival going forward as well, to mark off what they need, what they don't need, and what recommendations that comes for us. Now, I've gone off and asked questions for other people as well, and it's not just from me, but again, it's it's a never-ending growing checklist when it does happen, and yeah, it's good. It's helped out a lot of people as well, and that's what I want. It was never to get the traction; it was to get that.
Well, you see so many people, don't you, asking in like the download forums about, it's my first one, what do I need? And if you could just throw like the same guide at everyone that's quite comprehensive in itself, then it just helps everyone rather than having. I mean, you'll inevitably get 50,000 people answering the same question with the same answers, but if you can just get, like I say, a list where they can go into these separate bits, it's a brilliant idea, and it works, like you said, across any festival, because all festivals are the same.
Exactly.
There might be a little bit of a restriction here and there that you can and can't take into festivals, but ultimately the do's and don'ts and what you need are pretty much the same, aren't they?
It is tailored to download, but again, you can use it for anything else. Again, I mentioned which tickets are available, to using Fat Franks, to going off and Rock Retreat. So it goes from one extreme to the other. So it is for anyone in this one, and that's what I like. And it's ever growing. It's never going to change, and it's just my little thing I'm going to do in the background every so often.
I like it, mate. It's good.
Yeah.
So we're good at it. And it will help plenty of people.
I say, do we want to talk about what Moogie's done set up in the background, or are we going to leave that for a little bit longer?
Don't think it's quite. I don't know. It is ready. I had a look.
Yeah.
It is ready.
Yeah.
It's just
Let's talk about it.
We could talk about it. There you go. Go on then, Moogie. What you been doing? What you been doing in the background?
So I have set the Rock and Rants podcast Discord ready for everyone. So we're not going to be just chatting on the podcast live here on TikTok. We will be able to chat with us when we're around on Discord and discuss with each other as well about gig announcements, discussing about what you look forward to download, even Dread's hints and tips sheet and everything is going to be in there. So it'll be all in one access there, and you'll know when we're uploaded as well on all other platforms.
So,
Yeah, it's good.
It's
Very early in, but do you know what? We were sat in it last night watching the Rumble in the chat. I had a quick look around while I was there, and it's ready to go, so it may as well be out there.
Yeah.
Like, no point holding it back. Like, we need a place where people can jump in and say, what was that track you mentioned on the pod the other day? What was that band that you mentioned on this? Or here's a discussion point. Like, even if they want to come in with ideas for discussion points,
Yeah.
shout out to you, and we can absolutely say so and so in the Discord came up with this idea for this week, so we're going to run with it and get a bit of fan voting on that. Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah. It's a big thing. It is a big thing. So and
Yet
it's
another
nice.
thing we didn't think we'd have
No.
a month and a half after just starting a little chat.
Well, let's say this was literally just a little chat started on TikTok to just do something on a Sunday, like a hobby, and now it's grown arms and legs, and we've just taken control of it for what it is.
Yeah, that's it. Making the most of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Ah.
The numbers are quite good so far as well. I was having a little look on Spotify Creators, just for like, we've done 2 episodes. We don't do an awful lot of promotion work on it really. But yeah, it's had some decent plays. We're on like 11 followers on there. We're on double figures on YouTube now. I've had a couple of people messaging me say that they've listened to both episodes. I had someone message me actually who follows me, saying that she didn't know it was me because she listened to it on like the I advertise. I think she follows me and she heard it, and she was like, "Was that you saying about Deftones on that first episode of Rock and Rants?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was." And she's like, "Well, I agree with you," she's like, "But I thought it was your voice." And then she'd obviously only listened to the first one, and she was like, "Oh, that person that said at the end about getting on YouTube, I agree with that because my husband likes to watch podcasts." She's like, "I listen to them."
Yeah.
She's like, "So there is markets out there." I was like, well, "Funnily enough, episode 2 is actually up there now on audio and video form," and sent other things to it. She's like, "Brilliant! I'll get my husband to watch because he loves like music talk podcasts and stuff." But yeah, so it'll keep going. And
Yeah.
if we get that fucking flag, then yeah. There might be a little bit more.
You never know. It'd be a laugh anyway. That's all I
Listen,
say.
I told you at the start, I'll rep 2 flags, mate. I've got the FPM flag in one way and I'll have the Rock and Rants flag in the other way.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care. You're back to back, innit? You don't need double sides. I've got it on one side, I'll get it on the other side.
Yeah. Brilliant.
No?
Right. We've done all our bits, so should we now actually talk about the topic for the night? Oh God.
Yeah, let's start ranting about rock.
Oh, this was the hardest topic we've done so far, and it was. It's not something that I could really think off the top of my head because it was like, well, it depends on the people's opinions about the song more than anything.
Yeah. I'll apologise. I think it was a terrible suggestion by me. On hindsight, when I came up with that, I was like, "That's decent, that's all right." And then, when I started to think about it, I was like, "Oh, it's hard that."
Yeah.
It's
So,
hard.
it is songs that have been released that weren't well received / like not really cared about to the point that now over time it's got much better, or we've accepted it and we like it more.
Moog's having a mare.
Love the tech.
I got a feeling it's that Porter's gone 2 seconds.
That's all right.
Okay.
That's fine. And
So yeah, as you were saying,
yeah, so again, it's not well received, and over time it's festered like a well-fine wine, and people like now adore it. Again, I thought of 3, which was a struggle in its own right, because I don't think these 3 were bad at the time either, and that's what makes it worse.
That's the other thing with this. It's very subjective. So obviously, if you're in the comments, you're listening, and I happen to mention a song, or we happen to mention a song, and you don't agree with it, just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it wasn't the general consensus at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I know one of mine is a very highly regarded song, but I'm telling you now that I was listening to it and I was around when it came out, and it was definitely not well received. And I was like a fan of the band, so I was talking to fans, and I was, like, because we're going back 11 years on this track. So 11 years ago, or 10 years ago actually this year, 10 years ago, I'd have been listening to it. I'd have been in the forums listening, like giving a shit about what people thought about it, because I was 10 years younger and I gave a shit then. So I know it wasn't very well received at the time, but obviously within a short period of time, as people listened to it and actually managed to, then it did. So it is very, very subjective, this one. But to be honest, it's called Rock and Rant, so most of our opinions are subjective. So if you didn't know that by now, you're in the wrong part. You're in the wrong place.
Yeah.
Keep doom scrolling until you find someone else.
Yeah, with me as well. I've gone kind of off facts as well. What happened around the time as well.
Yeah.
So
I've
even though
a few.
even if I don't think it was a failure, but do we really remember what happened like 15 years ago? So
That's it, exactly. Yeah.
I don't remember what happened last week. It's
the destination, isn't it? Not the journey on this one.
So I want to kick this one off today. So I'll kick it off before you guys even get in there.
Wow.
Well, I know this is the first. Yeah.
That's the first sign of becoming some sort of.
No, because I don't know whether you've got this one on the list, and this is the only one I really want to put out. I want to do Motionless in White Soft.
Okay, I didn't have them.
Yeah, so Motionless White for me wasn't on my radar properly until 2019. So the Soft was on their album back in 2017, and the only reason that that song kicked off more for me in like over years is because of the platform we're on right now, TikTok. Literally the first beginning of the song, "You're Mine, Motherfucker," literally is played by every normal, like female person on TikTok I've seen, just when they're trying to say, "Oh, that's my boyfriend over in the bar, he's mine," or whatever. So and then after that, for me, that song there has matured, and I think over, what is it, nearly 10 years? It'll be 10, 2017. So 9 years. I think that's done well for itself. It's a great song, and I didn't listen to it properly until probably in the last year and a half.
And is it a big song now?
It's
Is
still.
it on their set lists? And
I believe when we looked at the Shiprock, because they're doing Shiprock at the moment.
Yeah.
It was on their list as their place as well, on their set list. So.
Can't really argue with that. I'm not a massive Motionless in White fan, so most of I know you boys are off to see him, aren't you? And if I wasn't going to see Punk Rock Factory on the Saturday, I probably would go on the Friday, but I can't be asked for two gigs back to back. If it was someone I really liked, I would. But, so I've not got a horse in that race. I'll take your word for it on that one.
Okay, that's my opinion. So down, I've got the fact 2017 is almost 10 years ago is gross. Yes, it is very gross. That is very gross indeed. What about you, Moogie? What do you think about that with your technical issues in the background as well?
So obviously you can see me just about. So I totally understand. TikTok have made songs like obscure songs just blow up, and like songs which were not on people's radar, even if you think about it, not even singles. So I totally agree with that one.
And is that what did that boom because of some sort of TikTok trend or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did it?
Yeah.
Because I noticed that was quite a consistent theme on some of mine. on like 2 or 3 of mine, TikTok plays a massive role in its popularity, which ultimately, going back to like the whole, these aren't small bands we're talking about, but going back to the small band playlist in a sense that I don't care how bands that we want to get out there get the listens and get the streaming numbers, because like ultimately that lines their pocket and helps them, you know, it feeds the bands, doesn't it? So if it means that they go popular on TikTok, I don't care. Do you know what's always stuck with me on that subject really quick is I saw this TikTok years ago, or an Instagram post about a year or 2 ago, and it was this guy that was basically just slagging people off, but no one by name, but just generalizing people who find their music taste via TikTok.
Yeah.
And like I was sat there going, fuck's the problem with that? Like, if I happen to find 20 new bands because when I'm scrolling I come across one of theirs, or I come across someone using one of their songs, and I happen to go, oh, that's a really good song, why does that matter?
It doesn't matter.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but it does to him. He felt the need to make a video and go and shit on people who
So-
do it. But like, how else am I meant to find music? Kerrang TV doesn't exist anymore. Radio's dead, man. Like,
Yeah.
apart from like a small amount of actual like rock, metal radio shows and stations now. Like, it is hard to find. So why wouldn't you? I just didn't get it. I couldn't get my head around it.
I think they're expecting you to go to the festival, go to a gig, just go to a random gig that you don't know nothing about, and that'll be where you go.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
But they clearly don't know me, because that's
Yeah.
what I fucking do.
There you go.
I go to these gigs and find these bands as well. But, you know, sometimes, and this may come as a shock, I find the band and then go watch them. You know,
I know,
whoa.
weird. Oh,
I
man.
know, innit? So yeah, if a Motionless in White song happens to take a boom and go from, you know, 100k listens to 750,000 listens because of TikTok, then hooray to TikTok for it.
Yeah, I
'cause
mean, yeah.
Yeah.
good music will find its way out. That's the way I say.
Say, going on to the Motionless White, Afraid of the Dark, absolute banger. That's what I'm going to put on that. They brought that in.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say at the start, actually, when you said about what's been going on the last 2 weeks. I was about to say Skindred and Motionless in White have been on an absolute fucking banger train, haven't they? Because, Jesus Christ.
Papa
I was
Roach,
like,
It's insane.
Papa Roach
No,
did
Papa
some-
Roach is
but it was like,
like,
no,
yeah.
compared to them, it was like,
yeah, they're like a train now, man. They're trained doctor in a different station.
yeah. God.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
a
not a
shame.
bad song. It's just not a banger, is it? Like,
No.
I love the word banger, but them other 2 songs. I was
And
listening
it's
to Motionless
not
in
all
White.
Papa Roach.
No,
No.
I was expecting more, but obviously they've got an album coming, and we'll judge it on as a whole
Exactly.
book of work. But yeah, you can have that. Like I said, I'm no horse in that race, so well done, bro. You can have that.
Go on then. Right, as you're talking, Bryn, let's go on. Give us your one.
I'll start at the top. So the one that I'm going with, I'll start big on the first, is Happy Song by Bring Me the Horizon.
Okay.
Right, this is the song I was on about at the start. I'll get it
Yeah.
out of the way. It was not well received because they went from obviously Sempiternal,
Yep.
and then this was the first song that came out from That's the Spirit. And I remember reading God knows how many posts and comments and tweets at the time about how shit the chorus singing SPIRIT was, about how pop and radio friendly it was, people calling it like a made for Radio 1 track and all this. And like it just wasn't well received. And because it was like the first single post Sempiternal, I think Sempiternal garnered them quite a lot of new fans because
Yeah.
you could actually hear Ollie Sykes and what he was trying to say as opposed to just like, 'cause, yeah, I don't know what any of that was, but yeah, just getting labelled like most things do when a band that we like then tries to experiment, God forbid, and doesn't just go down the AC/DC route of making 12 albums of the same noise. We decide to label them pop or radio friendly rock, or they've sold out, or whatever we want to do along the way, because it's not deathcore anymore, it's not metalcore. It peaked number 55 in the UK charts, which shows it didn't do very well at all. It didn't even make very high positions on any of the obscure charts. I think it got to number 1 on like some rock and alt metal one on like iTunes Australia, but that was about it. But then they opened tours. This is where they turned it around, I think. So they opened tours with it. I went to see them on the That's the Spirit tour in 2015. And just having a constant, like, it opened with this like bit of a guitar and a bit of a steady drum. And then without it being like the full background music, it just came up on the screen and it did the SPIRIT. And they might have overdone it a little bit because it didn't bang into the song after like one go. It was like 5 or 6 if I remember rightly, but it got you hyped, and you were like, oh, and then you weren't thinking, oh god, this is some choir shit. And I think because they were doing that and they opened with it, and it kind of set the tone for a quite good gig run in the That's the Spirit tour, I thought was brilliant. Then by the end of 2017, which was about a year and 3 months after it came out, it was in their top 5 most streamed songs in their entire catalogue. So like within a year of playing it live and letting fans digest it and releasing it as part of a whole album, which is obviously 10 years old, it's 10 years old this year, but it's held in very high regards as an album.
Yeah.
I think it was able to garner and turn itself around, and I had a look today. It currently sits 7th in their all-time top played songs on Spotify, which if you think about the amount of albums they've released since and the absolute banging tracks they've released, 7th's a decent sit.
Yeah.
But that was not a very well received song when it first came out.
I'm probably one of those ones back when Bring Me did that change, was not on the Bring Me Verizon fan, and I completely get why Happy Song wasn't at that time for me. Now looking back at it, I'm like, that is one I'd happy having that. The amount of times my partner sticks it on in the car, 100%.
That's just, the album's phenomenal. It's in my playlist. It goes on all the time.
I can't knock it, but again, maybe it was back in my youth where I say youth term very loosely on that one, where I was just ignorant to the change, and I was like, and we'll use the example of Avenged. I'm stuck in the ways of I prefer old Avenged compared to new, and that might have been that same scenario right there. You never know. Maybe in about 5 years' time, I'll be like, you know what, New Avenged was all right as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah. And you know I'm stuck in the same boat as you with Avenged as well.
Yeah.
But I totally agree with this song as well, Happy Song, because I was the one into all the screedy stuff. It was in my teens as well, when they started doing the change, and obviously you got the angst, and then they go into Spirit. Let's hear it.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah. I understand why, where people obviously, like, if you're into, they've gone from being deathcore to like very just really sort of alt metal in the space of 2 albums, because Sempiternal went from deathcore to metalcore, and then they went metalcore to like alt metal in the space, and it was very quick. There was no progression or movement on that.
No.
But that comes from like my favourite band of all time, Linkin Park, are hell known for just changing every album and making music for them.
Yeah.
And that's one of my favourite things about that music. So when Bring Me the Horizon started doing it, I was like, brilliant. Sempiternal was good. That was one that really got me, because you could hear Ollie, and musically it just sounded tighter. Obviously that's the one where they brought Jordan Fish, so the production sounded better as well. And then That's the Spirit came, and like, do you know what, it did sound pop, but it was catchy.
Yeah.
And I think because it was so bloody catchy, I could just play it and just play it and play it, and then That's the Spirit is there. It's gone down in history, that.
And that's why it was radio friendly. It was on Radio 1. It was blasted.
The people that said about it being radio friendly weren't wrong, but they were just hating on it for the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
It's just a band trying to move.
Realistically, you want to be radio friendly because you're going to be getting more listeners, and
God forbid you find your music on TikTok, innit?
Oh, mad.
I wish I found that guy's name, honestly.
Send the hate. No, don't send me.
I would.
Go on then, Moogie. Give us one of your 6 you've got.
So I'm going to stay on the Bring Me train, because you've kind of touched on it where they changed. Shadow Moses was not well received when it first came out by the old school Bring Me fans.
Nope.
And it's all because of the chorus and everything. You can pretty much hear what he's singing. And they didn't like the electronic side of things either. But now, what gets stuck in your head when you think of Bring Me?
It's is it Shadow Moses? It doesn't make the playlists though, does it? That's what annoys me. Is Sleepwalking? No, sorry, Shadow Moses does make the playlist, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's Sleepwalking that doesn't, and I think Sleepwalking for me is peak Sempiternal. I loved that song.
I thought that would have been on the playlist. That is
Yeah,
dope.
no, that Shadow Moses
Yeah.
has kept its place, but Sleepwalking just left. But they were like the two songs. But you absolutely bang on with Shadow Moses.
Yeah,
I think
it's just it's such a great song when you think of it now, but then
Yeah.
when they change from what they were, as I thought, I just feed in with what you said. If it's just one of the songs you think of now when you think of Bring Me.
yeah,
I mean, if we're talking on the Bring Me Hype, when we're looking at Spotify, you've got on the top 5, Can You Feel My Heart, Throne, Kingslayer, Drown, and Sleepwalking.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
like Happy Song isn't on there.
No,
Shadows
I
Moses
think when I
in that.
looked at it, it's 7th.
Yeah, yeah, no,
7th most.
yeah. Shadow Moses, is 8th now. 8th. Shadow Moses,
Ah.
8th. Yeah,
yeah,
but it just shows like the progression of Bring Me has changed, and you can see more probably the radio friendly one has taken over its popularity, which it is what it is. You can't knock it at all.
yeah. And obviously it got bigger again during TikTok because of taking the mick of course. This is Sandpit Turtle.
Can't beat Sandpit Turtle, mate. If everyone and their mums didn't get a Sandpit Turtle tattoo, I could be half tempted. But
I've got a keyring. That's all I'm going to get.
yeah, I think I'll get it on a T-shirt maybe.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't beat Sandpit Turtle.
No, God no. Right. Well, then it gets back to me. I'm.
I'll give Moogie that.
I'll give me that. Yeah. Right. So this is more of a critics choice, and I've looked at it and I've gone, I don't believe that, and then realised, yeah, it wasn't when I was watching it in my youth on Kerrang or Scuzz or whatever it was at the time. I usually would turn it off. Now I probably 2 years ago I probably have this on constantly. Aussies, Let Me Hear You Scream. That one back when it came on Kerrang Radio or Kerrang TV and everything like that. I would see him and he was let me hear. You see him, his head on a mechanical spider roaming around in the vents, and I'm just like, turn it off. It's boring me anything. Now and again, I do this because of 2 years ago. It was I enjoyed it. I absolutely enjoyed it. I think it's a great one. My son would happily sing that one more than Crazy Train, which is like bonkers to me, but if the youth is like latching onto it, that makes complete sense that yeah, over time it grew and developed and hooked into you. The critics said the album didn't do that very well, and I was like, okay, that song wasn't in like even anywhere in the charts, like for the rock and metal charts, it wasn't high enough. So I was like, okay, I see that, I don't believe it, but now I'm like, okay, so going with the critic side on that one. Of
Well, they dissed it, did
they didn't think it was great.
Yeah.
Which
It's cool, though.
Personally, I understand back youth wise. Looking back at it, I slept on it, and I slept on it quite frequently when it comes to bands I don't go see because I'm like, oh, I'm not too sure. Did it with Believe Within. Realise now Believe Within is actually mega, and I've wished I've checked on them sooner rather than later. But for this one, that one song I thought wasn't great.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You can have that. There's not going to be much rants, I don't think, in this, because I think we're all we're coming with the facts here, boys. We're coming with the facts.
We had 2 weeks of this, and it was more the fact that we had to hyper focus to work out what it is, and that's going to be the problem today.
Yeah,
Yeah, it might well be.
It is facts. It's one of the ones I came across. I didn't put it on my list, but it is one of the ones I came across and saw about. And I was like, really?
Well, you really think of it, like, for me, I had to really think about it. It's like, you know what, I do remember at my mates turning it over every time it came, because I was just like, it's bored me to tears. Realising now, seeing the reaction from my son, like, and him listening to so much Aussie over the last year, is like, oh, okay, yeah, you're all right. It matured better. Granted, it probably matured hella more now since his passing as well. So yeah, I've got Justin in the chat. Yeah, I struggle with that one. With this one. Yeah. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Cool.
Allow
No,
it.
allow it. Go on then. Bryn, back to you. I need a rant on this one. Come on, go on.
Mary on a Cross.
Okay.
Ghost.
Okay.
Came out in 2019.
Yep.
It was just an EP track. It wasn't a single release. Modest attention at best, because that's what Ghost had in 2019, was modest attention at best. They weren't played. Do you know, I genuinely don't think I really listened to or heard of Ghost fans properly. Like, you know, I saw patches here and there, and I saw the odd T-shirt.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'd heard of them until about 3 years, maybe. What was the last album before Skeletor? Whatever that album was. That was
yeah.
probably...
One thing, Abby.
Sure.
That was probably when I heard of them. Like, and everyone acts like they were this biggest thing in the world. Fair enough, if that's your opinion. But that track, obviously, like, it was just an EP track, so it was never going to garner massive. And apparently it did. I had to Google why it got... Because it is big. It's played as part of their encore.
There is, yes.
Yeah, so they play obviously that Dance Macabre and the other really popular song by Ghost.
Square Hammer.
Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
They play that as part of their encore. So
Yes.
they make everyone wait for them songs, which is mad for an EP track. But it was because it featured on a load of, again, TikTok Stranger Things edits.
Yes.
Apparently, like, some Stranger Thing edits went really viral in 2022. Which does make me question, I'll throw this more out there. Do you think these songs ever would have been that popular? Like, without TikTok? Take TikTok out of the equation and just go back to a time where we had Kerrang TV and, say, Scuzz, and maybe there's like I'll give you Kerrang radios more accessible than just DAB. Do you think this song makes it onto like an encore set list? Bear in mind it was released on an EP, or do you think this song just trails off into obscurity and it's just like a Ghosts fans know it and they tell all their mates like, oh no, you listen to Ghost, you should really listen to Mary on a Cross, that's a great track? Or do you think it is
So
culturally big?
I'm going to go with this, and I'm going to look at Dan when I say this. Wasn't the original EP, like this Mary on the Cross, was he tried to get it on an album first, and they wouldn't have it, so that's why they put it on an EP, with their whole like changeover that was going on. So even the critics didn't like it, or the management,
the record label,
wasn't too sure about it. I would agree. I don't get me wrong, Kerrang would have played it, but it wouldn't be widely spread from what it is. Like, no, it'd been like that one MySpace page, if MySpace was like still big, like be dedicated to a Ghost, and you just roll across it and find it. That'd be that type of scenario.
Yeah.
And it's not dissing Ghosts, like change of how they do their music and everything like that. It is literally the discoverability side. Do you think Ghost would be on the billboards of New York City? Would you think they would be talked about on Jimmy Fallon and all that malarkey? Is that me? Oh, God.
It's going to happen to all of us now.
Can't even see it come up. Or was that you?
It came up mine, it's going to come up in yours soon.
Oh, okay. So I don't think it would be the way it is. No, I wholeheartedly agree. Unless they broke the molds, like Ena Shikari did, like Bring Me the Horizon, where they got it to national radio, I don't think it would.
Yeah, I mean that is a very radio-friendly song, isn't it?
Yeah, it is radio-friendly. That's why people can use it on TikTok.
Whatever,
yeah. But then Ghost would have had to completely change Skeletor to meet that radio-friendliness.
Yeah, exactly. And to go back to what your answer for the last album was, Imperia. I've had an answer in my chat. And then again, Miriam on a Cross was definitely got famous due to TikTok. So obviously you said the Stranger Things edit. But yeah, I totally agree with Miriam Cross. To be honest, I wasn't I'm a fan of Ghost now, but I wasn't a fan of Ghost before.
No.
And I think it was download 23. Went to watch Electric Callboy, When walked past the Ghost stage and that was rammed, and I didn't know what all the hype was. When I first heard Mary on the Cross, I thought it was like an 80s song.
Yeah, yeah. To put it really bluntly, the first time I heard it, I thought it was shit.
Yeah.
But wasn't
Like, I
that
just heard
what?
it and I was, what is this?
But wasn't that meant to be the reason that 80s song when they're doing the whole ghosts, the ghost like story background, everything like that? That's what it was meant to be based around the 80s because it was the start of the journey of ghosts. So.
Well, that's the problem, isn't it, with the way
Yeah.
that they make music? Is because they're doing it all within this world and with these characters, you
Yeah.
are alienating. If you almost, I mean, the record label obviously thought the same as well. Is like you're alienating it becoming. So this is what I'm saying. Take away TikTok. I don't
Yeah.
think Ghost would be very big at all, because they're very much making music contained to their fandom.
Yeah.
Who follow the story, who know about all the different incantations of Papa, and they get it. And it's very similar to like 21 Pilots and the way that they did these albums all about this world of Trench, except for they were already pretty big when they started doing it.
Yeah.
So then they already had a massive fan base post Blurry Face, and then their music is quite radio friendly, so they just went up and up and up, and they can tell the story how they want. But because Ghost aren't that radio friendly band across all their tracks, like I don't think there's many tracks off the last two albums that you'd get found on, well, that definitely wouldn't get played much on radio. So then, yeah, I think that by doing what they're doing, I don't think they'd be anywhere near as big as what they are. Because it's just one of them things, like you know, like you said, it was part of a thing, so they did it for a reason because it fit with the storytelling. But if I don't know the story, I don't know the band, I'm just going to hear it and go, what the
Yeah.
hell is this?
Yeah, you're not going to know what's
that
going on.
movie when he walks by and he's like, Jesus, they're big, I'll listen to them. And then you
Yeah.
listen and you're like, what the hell?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, I
And
like
you
them
just-
now when I really want them to download.
Yeah.
But
The only thing is, well, you got to think, like the anonymous bands, the masked bands are going massive at the moment as well, and it's with that boom, they've got even bigger again.
yeah,
Even though you know who Tobias is, the lead singer, you don't know realistically who the rest are, and it's just that showmanship as well. With it, obviously, they had a big falling out of which I mentioned briefly on the last Rock and Rant. They had a few members leave because of, and then they had a lawsuit against Tobias due to pay equality and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely got bigger because of that. There you go.
That mine's not even
It's one of
popped up.
yours.
what's that all about?
It's you haven't been active enough type thing. It's weird. So, yeah.
So, boys, what we reckon the next one is? I'm going for the next one.
Everyone say hi. It's Download Mama as well.
Hi, Dana Mama.
Oh, once again, I invite her in to join mine and she jumps on, so I'm starting to feel hurt. Did I go to a gig or did I just not want to be there that week? No, I went to a gig.
Yeah, you went to a gig. You went to a gig. Right.
Oh,
Who was you? Was you?
It's
Moogie.
me.
Moogie now. God, we're like losing the. It's nothing personal, I swear. There you go. There's a response back.
I know it's not.
So,
Got him.
this one is more because of what happened in the world and around the time it got released, and it got blacklisted due to the lyrics.
Okay. Interesting.
Chop Suey. System of a Down.
That was never small.
No, surely
No, I'm
not.
not saying small, it got rejected by radio stations and everything.
Yeah, but it didn't get rejected. No, I'm not having that one.
Nah.
It got blacklisted.
It got blacklisted,
Nah.
really?
Yeah, off radio.
Yeah.
But fucking, mate, that was on Kerrang TV about twice
So-
every other hour.
It's true.
I know, but I just mean with stuff like that, that's what I mean. It was blacklisted because of obviously what happened in the world around the time of release. But yeah, I can choose another one if you don't want to have that
No,
one.
no.
No,
we're-
you can have it. You stand by it. The whole point of Rock and Rants, Moog, is that you stand by it and you fight its corner, and I'm here to tell you that you're wrong.
I don't need to get involved in this one. I'll let Rin go.
I know it's massive and it got massive, but it got blacklisted. I'm just thinking worldwide,
don't
not just
think
not
that-
in the
yeah.
UK.
I don't think that mattered.
I'm going to also say, Dan, I'm proud of you. Moogie, I'm proud of you. for actually choosing one that's going to cause problems, because this is what it's going to do.
Like it's got
So what about chapters? But we got
massive
rants.
and-
Yes.
Like, obviously, after what happened around the time of release, got massive, and it was everywhere. But
Yeah, I don't
have a
think
look.
that song ever suffered. I can't. When did it come out? 2001.
Did it? Oh, don't say that. Ugh.
it was the same time, well, as the. I'm allowed to say it apparently, 9/11.
Yeah, of course you'll have to say it.
Yeah, of course you can. That's not going to cause any problems. Yeah.
Yeah, so
We're not making jokes
ha-
about it.
No, of course not.
Yeah, it happened around the same time as then.
No, you
then
say, of course
because of the lyrically and what it stood for, it was getting blacklisted, not showing on certain things.
So 2001, I was when that album came out. I was 15, nearly 16, and I am telling you that was on Kerrang
Constantly.
every 15 minutes, every hour of every day for what felt like the fucking next 10 years. That song never. It might have got blacklisted on radio stations or whatever. I'm not debating that you're wrong
No,
on that.
no.
I'm debating
Yeah.
that never affected that song's popularity. That song was fucking huge from the minute it came out, regardless of who played it. Because
And-
I couldn't walk through the school or plug your ears, but God forbid, like we knew this happened 20 years ago, but when anyone got a CD burnt from their friends full of
Oh,
songs,
yeah.
I'm telling you now, everyone had Rolling by Limp Bizkit, Crawling or One Step Closer by Linkin Park, and Chop Suey by System of a Down, because that's how big that song was at the time.
You could probably go down to H&V right now, and it's now going to be on your. Now that's what they call dad rock. It's probably on that.
Yeah, it will, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not debating at all that it didn't get blacklisted, because it probably did. You're right for the reasons and whatever, but I don't think it ever affected the thingy of it. That and Toxicity, man, were absolutely everywhere.
What was
as
it?
soon as they came out.
What was it
So-
last year? It was on, like, I watched Goosebumps. They did the release of Goosebumps on Disney
Yeah.
Plus, and that was one of the songs. Chop Suey was on that, and I was like, even in current culture now, I get hyped, and I think back 2003, and I'm like, nah, even then it was big in my eyes.
Yeah,
So,
I think I'm
have a-
almost certain it was. Go on.
So in the UK, it didn't suffer. Or in the US and everything, it suffered.
Okay, fair. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can only
So-
go on where I live, Moog, and
Yeah, to be honest, I'm sure when they released it, it was called something else, and they had to re-release it called the Chop Suey.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
I need
100%
that
sure, but-
clarification. Where's VR? Come on,
Yeah,
give
hold
it,
on,
give it.
VAR.
Yeah.
VAR.
Let me just have a look. See if it.
Reese, you're in my chat. You're Mr. Google. Come on. Find out if it was called anything else before.
Yeah, Dan said, I think Moogie means the more mainstream radio play it. It was a huge on a rock radio. Yeah, okay, I see it in that front.
Yeah, but I also don't think mainstream rock, mainstream media was
It's
playing
the
things like.
There you go. It's the band's lowest peaking song on the Billboard Hot 100.
Really?
Yes.
You're still wrong, mate. I was effing everywhere.
That's
I'm not bothered. Listen, I'm not asked about what the Yanks thought about it, right? We're in the United Kingdom.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm shocked about that, but yeah, no, I don't. I think it was way like popular. Like, I don't think it was not one of these ones that were well received over time. Even I reckon even the Americans would have loved it, but they had this whole what happened.
So, when it got released, it wasn't called Chop Suey.
Okay.
Can you
It
say
was
what it's
called.
called?
It was called Self-Righteous Slip and Slide, but I'm not saying that on live because obviously,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
So, 3 hours. Yeah, 3 hour, 3 times an hour, every hour on Kerrang, and somehow they fit it into every category on a playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'll take you. I'll agree to this. We'll settle. Right, we'll go for 8. I don't know nothing about the United States side of it, and I couldn't care less.
Yeah. That's what I was looking at.
Yeah,
Obviously,
no,
the
you're
whole
probably
world
right,
for a
because
big
like I say,
band.
the original name, the timing,
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense that it would flop. But in this country, it did nothing of the sorts. I can't even listen to the song anymore because I've heard it that much in my bloody life.
There we go.
You know, when you just had your fill.
Yeah. And he's like, oh god,
Well,
no more. I'm done. I'm done, man. Like, don't get me wrong. If it's on like in a club, like bam, love it.
I'm
but
going for a piss.
no, you.
Honestly, mate, I'm
this
not
way.
exaggerating. I'm going for a piss if it's on in the club. I'm skipping it if it comes on a playlist. I'm changing the channel if it comes on something I'm watching. I am so full of that song in my life now. I prefer Toxicity because I haven't heard that song as much.
Yeah, but when we and Josh first probably met, what was a karaoke song I sang?
Yeah.
Top bloody
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Make up.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh no. I mean, you can have that. That was good. You
I
brought
just
some
like-
rants, Mood. Well done, mate.
You did bring some
Apparently.
rants. Right.
Top, Zoe. Go on then. Bring your last one, Mr. Homework.
Mr. Homework went with a Limp Bizkit Dab Vibes. I freaking love Dab Vibes now, but it wasn't well received right at the beginning.
I still
No.
don't think it is.
No, there you go. I think it was really good. I really
I
enjoy it
like the song. I'm
Yeah.
with you on that front. I like that song.
now. Yeah.
I still don't think it is well received, mate. Otherwise, it'd be on their playlist.
Well, we'll see this year, won't we?
I will be. Yeah, I mean, look, they're going to have to chuck something on there.
Oh, they-
unless
yeah.
They start unless they become a new cover band. I still don't think it was well received because I'm sure I read something recently as well that when someone was saying about their announced for download, and someone was going, "How are they going to do that when they've got about 10 good songs?" And then the person who did the video, I can't remember who it was, went out their way to single out Gold Cobra and Dad Vibes, or it's called Still Sucks, isn't it? The
Yeah.
album. They went out their way to say how they suck. Like, so I still think the general consensus.
Oh, yeah.
The general consensus is they suck. So for
Yeah.
what we asked for the topic, which was that if a change needed time to click, I'll argue with you that I don't think that ever clicked. Mate,
okay.
you liked it. I
Yeah.
like it. Dan likes it. Does Dan like it?
Yeah, like
Yeah, Dan likes it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's people in my chat that like it. But I will say, I'll argue with you that I don't think
You don't
that's
think it clicked?
Yet, though. But
yet.
I do think, to caveat it, if they did start putting it on their set lists,
It will help.
because it has got a vibe to it,
Yep.
and I think if they put it in the right place on a set list, I think in a year or two that song could be big and could take off for them. Or like every other song, it's just got to be using the right TikTok. But I think, because they do themselves harm on not playing anything from Gold Cobra or Still Sucks.
Yeah.
That no one thinks of them albums. Same with Unquestionable Truth. They don't play anything apart from that cover song. What's the song on Unquestionable Truth?
What's
There's
the
a
cover
song
song?
on there?
Gotta have faith?
No. Behind Blue Eyes is the cover song
Yeah,
I'm thinking
sorry.
of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there's a song on. Sorry, one sec.
Here we
Limp
go.
Bizkit.
Don't quote
there's
me.
a
I'm
song
pretty sure they
on-
played it at Reading. There you go.
Did they? Well, if that's the case and it's making its way in, it may well come back round and it may see a spike in popularity. Eat You Alive is the song off Results May Vary.
I love that song.
How that don't get no love on
I
playlists?
don't understand.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
They're playing
exactly.
some songs, and I get they are playing hits, but they're playing George Michael covers and all sorts of other covers on their set lists.
Yeah.
But they're missing out like Eat You Alive and Gimme the Mic.
That's so
That are
good
both
songs.
bangers off Results May Vary. Unquestionable Truth had a couple
Yeah.
of good songs.
Right.
Like you say, Dad Vibes.
There you go. So, to agree, this is down on my Dad Vibes was on the playlist. So
For Reading.
yeah, for Reading, it was between the cover of Proud Mary, Dad Vibes, then Behind Blue Eyes straight after that. So
Because it wasn't when they played 24 at
no,
Down,
it was not. It was not.
So maybe they've had a bit of a turnaround.
I think that this
And
is the
I
opening.
do think that, yeah, and I do think once they've played it enough, people will hear it,
Mm-hmm.
and it will pick up traction. However many years after that album came out, we're on 3 years now, aren't we, since that album?
Yeah.
So I do think there's a window for it, but I would argue no. Still Sucks came out in 2021.
Yeah.
So it's 5 years old, that album, at the end of this year. And yeah, I don't think Dad Vibes has clicked yet.
And there you go. Dan said also they only play break stuff once. on that
Good.
one. Yeah, this is what it should be.
Completely on. Just close with it.
Yeah. Well, no, they actually opened. They actually opened with
Yeah,
it.
no, I would go close with
Close
it and
with
let
that, yeah.
people go absolutely ape shit at the end.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
but
yeah.
yeah. I'm just having a look at the most recent thing
Yeah.
in December that they did.
With me, I don't. Even though it's been a while, it's still got time to be more like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I agree,
yeah.
100%. I think Brian's wrong in this instant because it hasn't clicked yet, but I think it will because it is
Yeah.
the best off that album.
I say give it this year. Give it this year with their headline. Give it to what they do in the rest of the festival circuit. We'll have this conversation in like a year's time, and then let's see how that goes. I'm gonna note it down as a conversation to have, and not
Yes,
as rant.
Come back to this.
Yeah.
They didn't play it on any of their most recent stuff in December. They were touring like
Was Brazil, wasn't it?
South Brazil and
Yeah.
stuff, yeah, and they didn't play it. They did play break stuff at the start and the end. They did My Generation, Living It Up, My Way, Rolling, Rearranged, Behind Blue Eyes, Eat You Alive, Nookie, Full Nelson, Boiler, fucking Red Wine, Careless Whisper, Faith, Take a Look Around, Break Stuff again, and then it was Don't Stop Believing played out like as they were leaving.
Maybe they're testing the waters then.
Did
with
they
lots of-
headline Reading and Leeds, or were they
No,
just subbing?
they were second. They were second. They were subbing. Yeah, bring me.
Yeah.
Very hard to guess what they'll do then, isn't it?
Yes.
If that was like a headline, then you'd think, well, they'll do the same with Download because it's the same sort of time.
Well,
But
say
that was less time they had than fit it in.
yeah. With their set list, they had Break Stuff, Thieves, Hot Dog, Master of Puppets cover, of course, My Generation.
Yeah, they did that.
I'll Be Okay, Snippet, Rolling, Nookie, Full Nelson with Fan Brought on Stage, Proud Mary, Dad Vibes, Behind Blue Eyes, My Way, Take a Look Around.
So they put it in instead of rearranged
Yeah.
because they do Proud Mary rearranged and Behind Blue Eyes.
So my
Yeah.
my idea is maybe they're trying to work out what it is they'll want
Where it
for
goes.
yeah.
I just don't see why they wouldn't play it on their own headline shows when they've got that much more time. And then obviously Download is going to be the same time as what they would have on their own headlining slots on their own tour. And if they're not playing it, then
We'll see what
I
happens.
think it's a missed opportunity if they don't play it
yeah.
Yeah.
because they played in
Definitely.
24. So if they're going to play that set list again for headlining 2 years later at the same festival, that's not going to go down well with the fans. I can't imagine it go down very well with the organiser who invited you back to give you the headline, and you've just come back and played exactly the same thing.
It would take me right off.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it would sour a lot of people.
Oh, yeah,
and I think they know that. So it would be nice if they chucked Dad Vibes in, Eat You Alive.
Yeah.
That's my hope when they were announced and someone was like, "Oh, but we saw them last year," and I was like,
Yeah.
let's hope then they mix it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They've got to, or they're not going to get invited back for a headline.
It'll
Is
be
it-
going for a shower again if they repeat songs. There you go.
Yeah. Honestly, I genuinely think true that if it starts in the same sort of pattern that they've fallen on, I might just walk and go see something else because I've seen it. It was fun. They are fun, but they're not a band. They're one of them bands. I've got lists of bands. There's like bands I go see over and over and over again that I love. That no matter what set list they play, it's fun. And then there's bands that like I want to see to say I've seen, but I wouldn't go to individual gigs if I can avoid it, or I wouldn't go out of my way. Good Charlotte are one of them bands this year, and I get to see them this year at Slam Dunk.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go to their
Yeah.
own tour, and Limp Bizkit have always fallen in that category for me. I wouldn't go see them,
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that one.
but if they're at
100%.
Download and they're there, I'll go watch them, and that's how I've seen them in life. So if they're going to do the same thing, I'm not that interested.
Yeah.
I'll stick
Yeah,
around
like-
for break stuff at the beginning, get my energy out, and then bugger off.
Ah, there you
If
go.
it-
Time
if it
myself
was
out
me,
bed.
Like, if it was like 15 years ago, possibly I'd pay to go see him, but like same again. If it's because
Yeah.
they Download, I'll see him at Download.
Yeah, and 24 was great. No knock on it. I had one of the best times in 24 on that set. That set was brilliant. I nearly threw my mate. I wasn't entirely convinced he wanted to go crowd surfing, but he is quite petite. And we were bouncing, and I felt like I had to hold on to him a little bit to not lose him, like so that he wasn't going to get knocked around. But I was sat there thinking, oh, I could just launch him here. I could just look like everyone's fucking bouncing. I reckon I could just throw him. Like the energy was starting to take over. I was getting dizzy from all the excitement. So yeah, it was great, but I don't feel I need to relive it in my life.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I think you're just a little bit too soon on the whole
Well, I say we're
dad
this
vibes.
is what we wanted. So, hey ho.
Yeah, I think you're premature.
Premature.
I think so.
Oh, damn it.
But it's a good thing, you know. It's
Yeah.
a good thing. I didn't think of anything to do with them.
I think give it another 5-10 years and see where it is then.
Oh, I think within 5. I think within
Yeah.
a year, if they're going to put it in playlists.
If it's in the playlist, yeah.
Yeah, I think if they put it in from download and then they kept it in their own playlists going forward, within a year that song takes off somewhere because it's just got the right energy for a Limp Bizkit track.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
don't play it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Which means, do they really think highly of it as well?
Well, that's what I mean, but Eat You Alive is the same.
I
They are a funny band though, because you'll get this, both of you. But do you remember when they did the theme song for WrestleMania 16? And
Yes.
then that song just never came
Yeah.
to light.
Yeah, it was
ever.
where? What's
You
going on?
can't- the only way you can find that track is if you watch it on YouTube or WWE Network, whatever, from that. Like, they never released it anywhere. And that was an absolute banger of a track.
Well, you never know. They could happen
they
at
never do
download.
anything.
It could happen at download. Go, you know
Well,
what?
they
We
just
can
randomly bring out a 25-year-old track they never recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon it's because that was
Like-
when Thingy wasn't in it, wasn't he? Wes had left and they had that other lad guitar in. So
Yeah.
I think they kind of just forgot about it maybe because Wes came back and we're like, we'll just forget that era
Yeah,
existed. But
yeah.
what a banger, man. I still think about that sometimes.
God. Well, as you're thinking about that, maybe we should think about the next one then. Go on, Bryn.
Segue and a half. Well, you've got no more, have you? So
I'm
we're
out
going
now.
to three the number. Yeah, we'll make 3 the number then. We won't go past 3. So this is my last one. So I'm just going to caveat it before I do with I've got another one that I'm not gonna. You'll be able to see. You can't see.
I can't see that.
The quality is shit. But I wrote "Bring Me the Horizon, Can You Feel My Heart" for probably one of the same reasons Moog mentioned. This is why I'm not mentioning this one.
Yep.
because
So
it
honourable
got very mild-
honourable mention.
Honourable mention. It got
yeah.
a really mild response upon release because that album kind of did amongst the hardcore fans. But again, due to TikTok and the whole meme culture, it's turned into being a song that was just kind of played in the set list somewhere during the Sempiternal tour to being the song that's played before the encore.
Yeah.
Like that's their closer for anyone that wants to go beat the traffic.
Yeah.
And it's now like that's never leaving their set list, that song. But it didn't become like a main set list before that encore set, like sort of thing, until it got TikTok famous. So again, TikTok doing the business for songs and bands. But I don't need to say because it's pretty much the same reason Moon gave to Sleepwalking. What? Go on.
Download, mama. Get out. Bring Me Horizon always lands and always will. There you go.
Oh, so I'm the second favourite band of all time.
There you go.
You're wrong crowd to be preaching to. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
it's because of the way that they changed. The Bring Me the Horizon deathcore fans didn't like Sempiternal, so it didn't do very well outside of. And then obviously it did bring new fans into, like me, because I got into them really heavily from Sempiternal. I listened to previous stuff, but I didn't care because couldn't understand a word bloody Ollie said apart from on Chelsea Swell. Apart from that. And even then you can only hear him going, "I got a secret," and that's about it. The rest of it is just like. So don't shoot the messenger. But they didn't receive well, and then it's made its way because of it lands later on in the time. I liked it at the time, same reason that Brian liked Dad Vibes. We liked it, but
Yep.
it didn't quite hit across everyone until other things. But that was just my honourable mention. My last one I'm going to go with. I'll fight on this hill and all. Forgotten by the Plotting You.
Okay.
Right.
Go on.
You know the one, don't you?
Yeah.
With that bloody fucking what's that? You see it all over TikTok, right?
Yeah.
The whole. I can't even remember the words. Because it. But it's got that
Give
bit
us
where. No. It goes. Play it in the background now. Quickly get it up right.
I'm literally doing it.
It's got the. You will know it on a quick
Yeah.
Google. It came out, I think, on the first volume. Yeah, volume 1 of what they've been doing. So basically, they've been releasing music by the 3 tracks in volumes, and they released this one at the start of 24. Now, I only heard this song existed on their tour in like September, October
Yeah.
last year, because everyone and their mums were posting it on TikTok, waiting for that one moment of this one song that they know to then post it on. And it's that I would spend my life chasing things that I've only... Yeah, that bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never heard anyone play this bloody song or say to like, I hadn't seen a video on my doom scroll, and I hadn't seen anyone say, "Oh, have you heard that new banger from Plotting You, Forgotten?" Because it came out on the same volume that Left Behind came out, which you'll probably know because it was a far more commercially radio friendly song.
Yep.
And that was the banger from that volume. So I'd never heard this song until they went on a UK tour at the end of last year, and everyone, as soon as they got in that song, were like, "Oh, I've got to get this moment," and get it on there.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, my bloody scroll was just full of one after the other.
Yeah.
I could get maybe a video in the middle, then it would be that. And everyone, you're both smiling because you both had it on yours as well.
Yep, yep.
I would spend my life chasing
Yeah.
things. And then it just dropped, and it's a cool moment. But yeah, I think that song took maybe 18 months to get attention, because it was definitely overshadowed by Left Behind, and then it was overshadowed by other songs that came out on separate volumes after.
Yeah.
But it did take a while. It definitely wasn't. That's again probably a TikTok or an internet viral thing.
I mean, we'll go with this. If we look at Spotify, and I've got it in the background now to remind myself of the song. I've got the top 3.
Yeah.
Feel Nothing. Left.
There it is.
Yep.
I can hear it behind you.
Yep. There you go. Feel Nothing. Left Behind, and then Forgotten. Like you said.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's the third on there, but even
Yeah.
by like numbers, and that's by numbers as well, isn't it? For the other songs, yeah. So it definitely Left Behind was the track of that volume, and this kind of.
And I only heard about Forgotten because of TikTok,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
the only way I've heard of it. So
And here you go.
Yeah,
The
I don't
same thing
think I ever
happened to
had it.
Ginger. This is from Matt in the chat. Same thing happened to Ginger playing Pieces. Every single phone was out, including mine. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my mates. I've got a mate who's got a video of Forgotten from when he went to see them as well. But again, I've not really heard him talk about that song. Like, I don't think it was it wasn't the song they intended to be. But then that's often how music works. It doesn't.
It happens.
Yes.
I mean, let's go back with the Motionless White one I said was soft. That literally
Yeah.
that kicks off on that one. Exact same.
Yeah,
So-
and like I'll go back to what I said at the start, is I don't really care how music gets out there, as long as it gets out there for the right people.
Yeah.
And I think that's absolutely
Yeah.
fine, because that's bumped that to over 50 million streams, which is absolutely insane for. Well, the Plotting You sort of 4 years ago were not anywhere near a band that you would think would do them numbers. So, absolutely here for it. I don't care how it gets out there. Let me just caveat that, like, but yeah, that just honestly, I'd not really heard much of that song at all. I genuinely as well, when that Volume 1 came out as well at the start of last year, well, sorry, 2 years ago now, started 24.
Yeah, it's you.
I listened to it when it came out. I don't really remember that song standing out for me, like in the listen. I remember Left Behind. I think that made my playlist. I moved on because it was such a small EP. Then obviously Volume 2 comes away, and you consume that. And I didn't really give that song a second thought until I couldn't not see it on every TikTok video going.
yeah.
I'm in agreement with this.
Yeah, you just got to think as well. Loads of bands now are getting big because of that hook where, like, Pretty Wild. You just got to think.
Choking on that.
Yeah.
Oh
and
God,
stuff like
is
that.
that them?
That's them.
Yeah.
God, I don't even know who that. I didn't even know
But-
that was.
but-
Pretty Wild's them two sisters in it.
2 girls. Yeah. Whatever.
girls.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, they're sisters, yeah.
Are they?
Wilds. Wild's their last
The
name.
Wilds, okay.
W-Y-L, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was them. I just know that bloody.
Yeah, that they're at
Yeah.
download, so
Yeah.
expect the tent to all be coughing at the exact same time with that.
No, I expect about 50,000 videos on my Monday morning doom scroll when I get home. That's what I expect.
Is
But-
TikTok ill?
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, some TikTok's just coughing. Oh, they've got the download flu. My phone's got the download flu. Yeah, fair play. Look, at the end of the day, I don't care as long as it gets out there. Good. For
Yeah.
them. But
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. And like I said, I only heard of it from TikTok. And
I'm glad I'm not the only one there, because I thought when I'd say that, someone in here, and I'm sure maybe it would have been Tom and I was wrong, but I'm sure someone was going to sit here and go, no mate, that song's great, that song was amazing, and it was just me that hadn't heard of it. But yeah, honestly, the people I've spoke to, I know people that aren't on TikTok that don't think that song's that big. Do you know what I mean? Because they're not on TikTok, so they don't see it on their edits. So to them, it's just I've listened to that occasionally. I'm like, well, if you were on TikTok, mate, you'd have heard that.
You'd have seen
3 times an
everywhere.
hour. That was doing chop suey numbers in October on my doom scrolling, mate. I tell you now.
Well, it's like since Motionless White dropped Afraid in the Dark. Literally, that's constantly coming up on my doom scroll at the moment.
Yeah,
But-
it gets you, doesn't it? The algorithm
Yeah.
knows how to get you. Big
Yeah.
time.
Before we dive into yours, Moogie, we got Parkway had the same thing with Wild Eyes, never huge, and then the last few tours it's been mad. I took Justin saying wearing a mask for that one when for the Pretty Wild.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
dirty bastard, get away.
Melrose Avenue at Download this year. Suffering will be the same that a TikTok song.
Will it? Okay, because
Yeah.
I quite like Melrose Avenue when I was listening to one Brings My Breakdown. They're one that catches my ear because I'm a bit of a pop punk slut.
There you go.
And they've got they're post-hardcore, hardcore, they've got the right things. But I'm gonna go. What was that song called? Because I'll go listen to that. What was that Melrose one?
Suffering.
Suffering. All right. I'll give myself the chance to know it beforehand here, getting ahead of it.
Getting ready.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Oh.
Add it to the playlist.
There you go.
That one.
Yeah. Go on then, Moogie. Your last one. Or give us your honourable mentions first before we go any further.
Don't waste the list, pal.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So first off, obviously Blink-182 is a comedic band sort of thing when they first got started. And then they released Adam Song, wasn't very well received because of what it's about in this
Okay.
I
Yeah.
agree with that.
more serious. Architects Animals. The older fans did not stick to it. They thought they played it a bit safe at start. But that was when
Me and Bryn are doing the same facial reactions there. What?
yeah, a lot of fans found it like the technical riffs and stuff like that, and the industrial sound a bit too safe when it first came out.
Is that what ChatGPT said? Is it?
No, that's why
Overlord, ChatGPT.
I've looked into it a few times. Yeah.
I'll have to
When
ask.
it- when
I've
it
got a
first
mate who's
came out.
big into him. He was years before me into architects. So I'll have to ask him what he thinks.
I still remember that
Like,
song dropping, and I thought it was a banger.
Same, mate.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
album's
like,
top five
that's
of all
one of the
time.
that's one of the songs that got me into Architects. To be honest,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Then, do you know what? Just from that sentence alone, you're probably right. That it probably was the Bring Me the Horizon effect. The older fans. I mean, to be fair, I've been listening to them for Holy Hell, or which one came first? Not Holy Hell. They both had about similar covers.
Oh, Download Mum has done the exact same face as what me and Bryn did. Animals
Gods of
Landed.
Abandon does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so All Our Gods of Abandon was where I got into them, and then Holy Hell. Then For Those That Wish to Exist came out with, obviously, Animals. I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was a fucking band.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
But I will have to talk. You've made me think I'll talk to my mates.
Yeah. So like I said, is some fans that come out and said thought it was boring or safe. Sort of
I
thing.
understand the
It's
word safe because I think I can understand it's a safe one because it opens
It was a
up.
radio.
Yeah.
It was a very commercial.
I mean,
sounding-
Yeah,
What
but
was it, the
that's
the-
only an honourable mention.
But even that was like
Oh, yeah,
thinking
you
back to it
started.
when we did the download announcement. When they did the download announcement, that was the last song that was played on the actual video clip
It's
as well.
it's their closing song
Yeah.
on their set list as well.
So it
makes
It
sense.
is absolutely huge now.
Yeah.
I imagine if
I think-
if you got into them during Nightmares and Hollow Crown, that kind of era, then maybe that would be. That's like being into Bring Me
Yeah.
and getting to Sempiternal. Then I could see that being
That's
exactly
what
the same.
I'm on about. Yeah.
Yeah,
sort of
do you know,
things.
you're probably
Change.
spot on, mate. Like I said, for me personally, I was into them probably about 5 years before that song came out, and I liked it as much as anything off Holy Hell and All Our Gods.
Yeah.
But yeah, you probably are right, actually for the longer fans. Then,
Yeah.
but it just sounds
So
weird
it's like
to
from
say.
Yeah.
those who wish to exist era.
Mate,
sort of thing.
For Those That Wish to Exist is top 5 of all time albums
Yeah.
for me. When I want to listen to an album, just music, and I want to just chill, I put my headphones on. That gets repeated still, and it's 5 years old coming up now.
Yeah.
God. Oh, say hi.
And then you also got another
She looks so
honorable
puzzled.
mention.
Go on.
Yeah. Pittsburgh Anti-Affliction. You know I've given us an example of you guys, but for everyone here, from the old stuff, the heavier work, then going to like Pittsburgh, people thought it was a bit whiny and clean vocals, so it left some fans behind.
Okay.
Since then, it's one of the enduring songs, and people listen to it during bad times and emotional vulnerability to help get through stuff. So it has climbed up there. So that's the last honor. Yeah, exactly. And it's one of the honorable mentions.
Fair enough.
But the one which surprised me mainly, but now it's one of their biggest songs, Korn Blind.
Is that the
It
guitar one
charted
that
you.
they opened with?
Da-da-da-da-da. Like
Oh,
that,
yeah, that's viral as fuck though. That's definitely TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because again, I'm the same as you, Mood, mate. Until I heard that beginning riff on I don't know where I heard it, but it was only in the last couple of years, really. And I was like, it's a cool track to open with. But that wasn't
but
big.
It wasn't big at all, and not just that. When they brought it out, they were kind of confused by because there was a bit of shift in songwriting as well, and it's just a conventional groove. They say they didn't like that, and it was
It is low, isn't it?
So I don't.
people confused.
I
It
don't
only
remember.
charted in US Canada, but
Yeah.
and it was very low.
See, I don't remember seeing Korn play that before their headline set before.
They had played. They were opening with it before download, but I don't know for how long.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's not even. It's
But-
not even in the top 10. Oh no, it is. No, it's their second
No,
highest. Their second highest
yeah,
on.
no, it's
yeah.
not. If you're looking on Spotify,
By
that's popularity,
Spotify.
not
That's
streams.
popular. Yeah, popularity wise.
Because it's got less than Coming Undone,
Yeah.
Falling Away From Me, Got the Life, only just got more than Twisted Transistor, which people absolutely shit on. So yeah, it's not like the biggest hit, is it?
No.
Not the biggest, but when you think of Korn, you just
I
now
think
you
of
think,
that or
are
Freak on a
you
Leash, no?
ready?
Freak on a Leash coming undone.
No,
That's
Freak
the
on a
ones I
Leash.
think of. Or You All Want a Single. That's what I think of, just because
Yeah.
I like swearing.
What is that for?
Yeah, because I just like swearing.
Yeah.
It's,
That's my teenage years, so stuff like that, like Freak on a Leash and stuff like that.
Do you know what?
Trying to do the boom, baka, boom.
all word up. Or their
When,
word up as well.
Funnily enough, actually,
Yeah.
you make a really good. That's a really good one, Blind, because when I was researching and doing a bit of, I noticed that on a lot of songs that aren't very well received, they're either album opening tracks or album closing tracks, right? That just because I think people maybe forget, but there was a consistent pattern of a lot of songs that I was potentially going to use, but I didn't really fully agree. But there was a lot of obviously the most common thread of why they are now was TikTok.
Yep.
But the one thing that a lot of them had in common was they were either the album closing track or the album opening, and Blind is the opening track to their first album.
And again, makes complete sense. Like
That would fall right within that, right within that thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Now just gonna
Like
check.
the ones that
no, yeah.
I'm now going to just check something that I said earlier. See,
Yeah.
no, it says halfway through. No, it's fine. Yeah, no, yeah. I can't knock that logic. I
No.
yeah.
I hadn't really heard it until last festival season, properly. And then again, with the Plotting You, if it wasn't, over festival season, God, how many videos did you see with the ding-a-ling-a-ling, ding-a-ling-a-ling? And you know what's coming, and then it just becomes ingrained in your head now that that's Korn. But before that, the only thing I would have ever thought of with Korn was bum,
Yeah.
But now
Yeah.
I think of Are You Ready? Yeah. Oh yeah, you probably
like
yeah,
you
you're
go
right, mate.
green and
Yeah.
got massive.
Yeah, but that goes back to Limp Bizkit, because if they start playing Dad Vibes, we could all be sat there in June and July,
Yeah.
doom scrolling,
Yeah.
and having fucking Dad Vibes shoved
Oh.
down the algorithm. And then we won't be sat there thinking about break stuff. We might be thinking about dad
Dad
vibes.
vibes, yeah.
So
See what happens. See what
you
happens.
tie it all around. Could have that, mate. I like that because Moogie brought rants on a honourable mention
Yeah.
and on another one, so that was good. That.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
More rants.
There you go. Down in mum. I'm going to post all my outfit videos down to dad vibes now. There you go.
Yes.
Get it out there.
I'm going to make it. Do you know what? It doesn't even fit with my small band thing, but I'm going to make it tomorrow's song of the day. Fuck it. From this little small band called Limp Bizkit.
Biscuit, yeah. You know what? We'll do this. All of us just do a post with a video of dad vibes in the background.
Dad vibes
Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah.
I'll do when this goes live on all different platforms. I'll do the shout out to this with dad vibes.
Dad vibes,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
And then when I'm sitting, because I want to fuck with this tomorrow and just edit a little bit, I'm going to try actually chop and get some clips tomorrow, and spend a bit of a time on it because I missed it last week. And I might just try find every time we said dad vibes
Yeah.
Yeah.
and make an ultimate cut. Dad vibes, dad vibes,
vibes,
dad
dad
vibes.
vibes.
There's another 3.
What we should do as well, just in the middle of our TikToks for the rest of the week, if we can, just slip in, just obscurely just say dad vibes.
I'll describe a song because it's got absolute dad vibes.
Yes, yes. Oh, that'd
Okay,
be dope.
challenge accepted. I'm going for it.
Yes.
It'll be as subtle as my edit on the Linkin Park video.
Thought we weren't talking about that.
No, we can talk about it because there's people in this chat now. So for those of you that haven't seen it on TikTok, I want you to go and watch my latest video on Linkin Park's album ranking and see if you can see where I subtly edited it. And then if you do see it, you've got to like it and repost it and comment exactly where the edit was, and we'll see if you were right.
There you go. Right. So, shall we briefly talk about what topic we're going to do in 2 weeks? And it all depends on what happens, really, in the world.
Yeah, it's picking a topic for 2 weeks' time as much of a shitty show as the normal actual show is. So, may as well.
It could be one. It's going to be one side or the other, depending on how the second announcement wave happens, or we get told it's going to happen. Depends on what we think is we'll be talking about, or, and I can't remember what the other one is now. I'm trying to look through my phone.
I can tell you if you want it.
Go for it.
So,
Actually, let Moogie, because
Go
fuck
on.
it, Moogie came up with it.
Yeah.
yeah, so it's bands, older bands. If they started 10 years ago, will they be as big as what they are now? Or would they be as successful?
So that was a good one. And I'm now
Can I
going.
caveat that?
Go on.
Can I say no one can pick Nirvana?
Yeah. Yeah. No one can
Yeah.
pick Nirvana.
Yeah, because that's an obvious one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember.
Stay away
I
from
still
the
remember
rock.
that on the first original style of Rock Around. We threw that, and you threw that in there. Oh,
That was when I got invited in just
Yeah.
to have a little bit of a chat, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going with it. Nirvana wouldn't have been anywhere near as big if they didn't come out.
And it
5 years,
proper
and
stunk.
it went.
yeah.
But they all agreed by the end. Well, near enough all agreed.
I'm gonna also the next one we do, and Down No Mama comes in. We're gonna grab what she's just suggested. Bands that get get hate for no reason.
Oh, like Falling in Reverse. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So that's one. I think that's a good topic. But yeah, that's going to be the topic for either or of the topic. Well, it all depends on what our Lord and Savior Cam tells us for the announcement.
Yeah. If he says the announcement's going to be coming up, we got one, and if not,
And
Yeah, like I say, if we get that cheesy email with the AI generated Cupid telling us when the date's going to be, and it happens to just be after, then yeah, we may as well talk about it because it's hot shit.
Yep.
To be honest with you, lads, I was thinking about this the other day. Even if we haven't got that, you know that by the time the 15th comes around, it's not far anyway. So it might well just be worth talking about
Yeah.
that on the next one because it's
might-
going to fall around that time. It's going to go out on the Monday morning, the 16th, which is going to be around that week.
Yep.
If it hasn't already been, so it
Yeah.
might just be worth doing the download one then,
Yep.
saving the bands if they came out now for
Yep.
the week after, and then we could maybe try get download Mama in for. She's in your chat now, so ask her about the 1st of March.
First,
First
why am I asking her? You're saying it.
Because she's not in mine, I refuse to talk to her directly. First or the 15th, ask her, because we could work it around that then.
Sold, I'll be there.
Yeah, so if we pencil her in for the 1st then.
Yeah.
And then we'll do her suggestion on the 1st.
Yeah.
And then we can do Moogie's suggestion on the 15th of
Yep.
March. And we'll do the download one on the 15th of February.
Sick. Oh, that one.
Look at that. We are the most organised podcast on the internet by far. Right? No one's telling you their subject for the next 3 weeks.
No, there you go.
Make sure you back it.
Bam.
Right?
I want to.
6 weeks really, but 3 episodes.
I don't know whether.
Yeah, 6 weeks, 3 episodes. Well done, Moog.
There you go.
I'll snip what I said out the edit.
I
I'll snip that out. Well done, Moog.
I want to put this in, and whether you edit it or whatever, I want to just say a
go
big
on.
thank you to the Lowdown podcast for shouting us out on their latest podcast. Yeah.
Yes.
They did not have to do that, but it's thank you
No.
so much.
Yeah, they never have to shout
It
us
was
out. They
amazing.
are
Thanks, guys.
the absolute gents of the world, aren't they?
Yeah.
So, and that's not glazing them. Like, there are a lot of people on this platform and in this scene that are very much in this for themselves. And the Lowdown guys, Johnny and Mike, are the absolute two polar opposite end of that.
Yeah.
Like, they start at that end of not being. So, yeah, thank you very much, guys, for that.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, big time.
Cool. Yeah, and that's it. We're done for
So
another
that's
week.
it for another end of... That's Rock and Rant's done.